All right, let's get mother loving to it. Now we could do some shit. Because I want to talk. I want to talk a little bit. I don't really got nothing specific. Well, I technically do, so I'm going to just look at my notes. See what I want to say. Kevin Samuels, my thoughts. It's about to get crazy. For one, I applaud a black man for trying to do something and make a business and brand himself, whatever. I don't think he's doing anything negative. These are my thoughts. It's my opinion on this. Don't hate me. Don't at me. But I've been watching Kevin Samuels for a little bit now. Recently, he's been going viral, certain videos. One in particular was the Your Average at Best video, but I don't really look at that as that controversial as people try to make it out to be. Simply for this, I think there is a slight gender war going on. And they really trying this whole women versus men thing, which could possibly be the most dangerous type of civil war ever. Why? Because 100% facts, we need each other. Period. And we have to take opportunities to learn from each other. The worst parts of ourselves and the greatest, in order to come to a common ground. My dream is come to a common ground one day and we could proceed with life. Keep creating life and keep growing and getting our young and our youth to be able to thrive in a world that's about to be very, very different. We have pushed each other so much. We've pushed each other out of our homes. We've pushed each other away from our children. We've pushed each other away from our stability, all for the sake of emotional gain for a split moment or whatever. I think there is too many individual civil wars at home with men and women, or in the real world, even in the workplace, even in whether it's entertainment or not, or reality. It's like the same stories over and over and over again, the same type of pain over and over and over again. And the only thing that I'm getting out of all of this is we don't know how to treat each other, so we don't understand each other. We don't want to come to the realization of what each other is. And one of the things that is we are all even. And until we learn that we are all, men and women are even, that means on the bad stuff too. And we have to start learning to accept that, a lot of things comes with accountability and consequence. It's a lot of growth that humanity really needs to thrive towards. We need to go in the direction of, let's understand each other so we can understand these other problems that's out here. Because it really don't need to be that big of a deal. It shouldn't really be that big of a deal anymore. It's more information out there than ever to help you access certain things. So there are certain problems that I believe we could get through with each other easily. And there's other things that needs improvement. Kevin Samuels, I believe, is one of the people that represents an honest conversation. Let's be very clear on this. Who is he? In very short, this is not a biography or none of that. He is a life coach, a lifestyle coach, an image coach. Okay? He is not a relationship coach or a woman guru or none of that. Hold on. All right, everything's still good. All right. So to be clear on that, the Your average at best video, he was asking for certain types of ratings, and he was basing it on the real world and reality of a young man with a certain amount of financial status and or power or influence in the world. Plus, his mental, spiritual, all of these other things are well with him. Well rounded in all of these areas. And when he was asking for the ratings, when you measure it up on what those type of young men would want, yes, it is a certain average that they view as average. It's like, yeah, you cute, but if we had to compare you with what we are presented with daily, then nah, you probably wouldn't fare that well. I think a lot of what Kevin Samuels say, even when he's being direct to women, he has videos where he's being direct to men. And I think that they could, most of the time, they could be applied to both. If you're really, really listening. And I think some people just call expecting to get a fight with him that they can either win, or they feel like they just need to get something off their chest. And whatever reason it is, a lot of times it's just odd. Because then the points never really get made. Hold on. Okay, edit point. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, a lot of times they call up and the points don't really get made that they're trying to make anyway. So you're really calling to, bottom line, argue. And you're walking right into the points that he's making. You don't even realize it. Sometimes I think that's one of the issues. As people, we have to learn how to listen to each other. We just want to make our own point. You ever heard somebody say, yo, you listening to make a point and you're not actually hearing, like you're just hearing me, you're not actually listening? You're hearing me just so you could speak and you could say what you got to say. Like, all right, I heard you say that, so I'm going to just respond to that real quick. And it's like, when you do that, for one, you deter away from the conversation. And you make the conversation a lot longer than it needs to be. It's just ridiculous. This is not to spew hatred towards any sex. This is to open our eyes and just showcase, look at how we respond to things that we don't want to hear. Look at when we're hitting facts on each other we absolutely don't want to hear, and we will completely deflect something or anything. There's an abundance of examples. On his channel, he touches on topics. For one, he addresses the issues respectfully and calmly. The way that he goes about these topics, he don't even like go to higher octaves to explain anything. He absolutely needs a microphone. He's literally talking like this. He sounds so tired and upset and annoyed. But I just like the fact that he's having these conversations. He's risking the whole cancel talk and get him out of here. And they want to insult him, use the sign language. And he's mastered staying on a subject without veering off from the thought or idea. That's a key thing in communication, is being able to communicate clearly. Let people know what you're talking about or what you're selling or what you're advertising. When you're speaking, the words being clear, the subjects, the point, the talking points that you're making when you're in a debate, an argument, or just having regular conversation. We need to understand what you're literally talking about. For people that watch this channel for battle rap stuff, how many times have we watched a battle where somebody was just rapping? and they weren't saying anything related to their opponent. Don't we always take off points for that? Battle rap is a prime example of debates. And they call up there to try to do that with him instead. Like, you're calling up there to ask these questions, and then he gives you the answers, and then you get upset at the answers he gives by either deflecting or try to call him out on it being nonsense or he's gay or some other odd thing. Alright, anyway, my bad. Just had to send that real quick. But yo, so back to what I was saying. That's probably gonna be an edit point. He has a vast amount of number 3. He has a vast amount of knowledge and easy to find facts in the talking points he makes. See, this is why I took notes. Talking points, vast amount of knowledge. Yes, being knowledgeable in your conversation. Sometimes people try to try him with facts and they be using like some shit that's off TV or something they seen before like years ago, and he'll bring up modern day facts versus old facts. That's the problem people are having. They're not updating their knowledge. When you're talking to someone like this, you have to be on point with everything. Don't try the smartest person in the room if you are not confident in the knowledge that you are smarter than the smartest person in the room. Don't try it. And what I mean by that is like you're just literally trying it out. And that's what it sounds like when a lot of times when he's being challenged with certain things. It's like, yo, this is one of those things you're challenging someone and it's like a challenge to you. But to that type of person, it's not a challenge to. And when they break it down easy, that's when they really get pissed. Like, yo, but it's no need to lead with emotion. And that's one thing that I'm even learning with myself. It's like, yo, I don't want to mistake speaking with passion versus just being emotional. Or like, it's not passionate anymore because, yo, I've almost gotten into a whole argument with people that they was mad passionate, but I'm speaking like this. I have the same passion, but I'm not really going that high on my octaves, and I'm not making it sound like we're having an argument. We damn near walking. We're talking to each other in agreement, but it sound like we disagreeing. It's crazy. But being able to be calm, the knowledge is like the points that he brings up. The points that he brings up, you could like look them up right there on Google. We use Google for everything except for when it matters. We will literally debate all day long on shit that be facts and fiction, and you can look it up in 2 seconds. However many seconds Google be calculating when they be having like 0.355,000 seconds and all of that. Yeah, it looks it up that fast. And we will debate, people are ridiculous, for hours on shit like that. Are whales mammals or amphibians? Hours. People will debate that. Nah. Because back when I was... Look it up. It's right there. Boom. So ashamed to be wrong. The need to be right is ridiculous. So you'll go on this show and you'll literally pick a fight with him to try to make him wrong. And then end up walking yourself into the point that he was making all along. They immediately go to defensive mode. Relate so-called facts to be old facts. He be bringing up newer things that people never even heard of before. Some people have heard of. And power to those people. There's nothing wrong with taking steps to better yourself. I am literally giving you advice as a life coach to better yourself and to get into the position that you are requiring from others. Period. If you want to require this and that and this and that, you want your cake, you want to eat it too, well then do the work to get there. You got to do some too. There is no one way. And even the sexist thing they try to say is ridiculous because he goes even harder at the guys. If you really watching and listening to his stuff, yo, bruh, he's very fair. Very fair. It's just, of course you're going to get one audience that's bigger than the other. It happens on any channel about anything. You always get the main callers and supporters and the people that watch just for this, and then you get everybody else. It gives the same type of advice. If you want to be a high value person, or you want this high value person, and see, a lot of people mistake it for being a relationship show. Like I was saying earlier, it's like, no, you can apply these things to your regular everyday life too. People have to stop looking at everything as what men and women go through as relationship related, romantically influenced. Not all of our relationships vary with romance and getting to know you on a deeper level. No, it's not all about. Sometimes we, as men and women, I apply this, that we really need to learn each other. I said that earlier. Like, we really need to get to know our ups and downs, strengths and weaknesses for what they are. For what they are. That means the next time you meet somebody, like, the real strength and weaknesses, accept that and help each other get there. Like, if you're going to be involved with somebody's life and you're not willing to either be with them at the level that they're at, or at least strive to get there, then there's no need to keep trying to be in people's lives, man. You're probably just going to do nothing but tear them down, and that creates a cycle. But these conversations, I think, yes, Kevin Samuels represents one of those that have those honest conversations, that he's going to talk to you the same way a guy up the street at the same age group is going to talk to you, and they're going to say it even worse. You got to take advice from somewhere. I mean, damn, you don't accept it from a person saying it nice, respectfully. He don't even be using the word like bitches and hoes. Like, I haven't even ran into a bunch of that. What is there to hate about it? Someone has to be out here saying the exact truth. We have people that are billionaires that feed us lies, and we accept that shit. As soon as somebody comes out and say some honest thing, every time, what do? Attack. It's old, it's corny, it's useless. We're not growing as people. We're not getting anywhere. They trying to colonize Mars. They trying to colonize Mars, and they still ain't found a way to give us fresh water. And this is the society that people are comfortable with. Y'all not. This so-called woke is supposed to be because we have information out there. Use it. They didn't say we got aliens and all, and people still ain't got up and said, yo, we got aliens. Twice now. This is the type of waking up I'm talking about. It's like, bro, I see people argue with a person they asked advice from. This is what's happening in real life. That's really for real, for real. I ask you for advice. Don't be telling me the truth. That's us. That's people. Yeah, the camera may make it look a certain way, or it's going to a certain group. But if you look at the whole channel, it's going to both. You got dudes on there that don't know how to work their phones in order to talk to him. He asked one dude on his channel 30 times, can you hear me? Go ahead, man. Waiting on you. And he could barely even get out an honest answer, if anything. Lady come on there asking him shit. He gives the answer, argue with him, ended up getting hung up on. It's his show. It's crazy. It's like, yo, it's his. Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, but we got a lot to learn. But anyway, in this video, man, I appreciate people like Kevin. Let's open up these conversations. I'm pretty sure there's 1,000 channels that have a female dominated audience with a I want to say a female protagonist that has the exact same thing. And guess what? She's going to get demonized by somebody. We need conversation. My dream is this. Let's have honest conversations with a representative of both sides. And then we have a moderator that bring it all in the middle and gathers the points from both sides, and we work together on this, and we grow. Cause man, we got to get over this. We're just men and women. We know damn well we need and want each other. We got to stop the bullshit.